Everyone for joining us for this NCAA Women's Basketball First Round Postgame Press Conference, number 8 seed University of Oregon, following their 70-60 victory over number 9 seed Virginia Tech. We are now joined by Oregon head coach Kelly Graves and sophomore guard Katie Fiso and senior forward Mia Jacobs. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your victory today.
Thank you.
We're gonna begin if Coach wants to give an opening statement, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes. Coach.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to congratulate Megan and her team, Virginia Tech, on a well-played game and a great season. I really grew to appreciate their team a lot. In the last few days of just preparation, they're a really good team. They're well coached. And I thought they played their hearts out tonight. But I'm happy for us that we're moving on. These two were obviously a huge part of it, but I just thought we played a pretty well-rounded game, both ends of the floor. And I know they got loose a little bit in the second half in fast break points, but I thought, really we did a great job for most of the game in that area, which was our number one key. But, just excited to be going on.
Thanks, Coach. And a reminder before we turn it to the media here that the Oregon's locker room is open for media availability for the next 28 minutes. All right, we'll take questions here in Austin, and we will start at this gentleman here in the white. And please state your name and affiliation prior to asking the question.
Yeah, Rob Mosley with Oregon. Katie, could you speak to the job you guys did defensively coming out of halftime? Did you make many adjustments? Just what was the key to going on such a big run there?
Yeah, we keyed in a lot to the scout. We focused in on the scout before the game, knowing personnel, knowing who shooters, knowing who to close out on, and knowing who to stop short on. And then when we did get beat, our rotations were key today, and I think that was what helped a lot to transition to offense. So our defense was great, solid.
Yeah, how are you feeling right now? And did you think you'd be able to go back in the game?
Yeah, obviously not knowing if it was going to be my last game, I kind of wanted to push through a little harder, but I'm a tough cookie, so it was good, but yeah.
Just a reminder to state your name and affiliation prior to your question. We'll go here in the front row, please, first, and then we'll go to the gentleman in the blue blazers for second.
Mark Berman, the Roanoke Times. For either player, they cut the lead down to 4 points early in the third quarter, and then you went on that 18-0 run to take control of the game. What did you like about how you were executing offensively and defensively during that 18-0 run?
Yeah, we were keyed in, we were locked in. We knew that this game wasn't over until the last buzzer sound, so it was intentional for us to lock in on defense, be in our rotations, and push in transition, feeding a hot hand, he's Mia, whoever that may be. I think that was key to success for this game.
In the back row, please.
It was brought up, Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian. It was brought up the other day that you didn't have a lot of returning veteran players from last year's team. I think you and he's kind of had some fun with that. How did you think, specifically with you, how did you feel the team handled the pressure, handled the event, handled the scene? I mean, clearly you guys won, but did you guys come in with any nerves?
I wouldn't say, we didn't come in with no nerves. Like, we knew what we had to do. We know this was going to be a tough matchup. And like I said, it wasn't going to be over to the last buzzer. We were confident in our preparation work. We did a lot of prep work. Shout out to the coaches and our coaching staff. They helped us a lot to be prepared for this game. So I think it was just a matter of doing it and seeing it on the floor. So, yeah.
Danielle Lerner with USA Today. Mia, what exactly happened on that play with your chin, and was your leg bothering you at all, or was it just the hitting your chin on the floor?
Yeah, my leg's feeling really good, actually, but I went to dive on the ball, and I kind of got squished almost and landed on my chin pretty much, so that kind of caught the floor and my head, so that's pretty much what
I grew
happened.
up on bloody, gory movies, and it was bloody and gory. I saw it first.
It was kind of just dripping, but it's okay. I just needed a break. We needed to chill, yeah.
Sam Ferris with Fansided. Y'all rotated 13 players in. Can both of you talk a little bit about just having that kind of depth on your roster and being able to utilize it in this game?
Yeah, it's great to be able to know that the next girl's coming in, there's no drop off, and everyone brings something different to the table. So being able to either play with them or have them come off for us, it's a confidence feeling, and it's really nice.
Mark Rosner, Associated Press. They, for a while there, they were in line to have maybe their worst shooting game of the season. What worked so well with your defense?
I would say just our flying around, our intensity, knowing that if I get beat, I know someone has my back, and just that that's what we hang our hats on, you know, our defense, our rotations, having each other's back. It was key for us to do that. So, yeah.
David Cunningham, tech sideline. Mia, you guys outscored them 34-16 in the paint. What did you like about kind of how you used those mismatches and kind of attacked them inside, especially in that third quarter?
Yeah, we have some really good inside girls, but we all bring something different, which is great. I think we did a really good job at feeding our big girls. So he, Samina, everyone brought something else in. Sarah brought some really good minutes too, and I thought that everyone was just doing a great job, and just being able to put the ball in kind of spreads it out for everyone else too.
Aaron Finches with the Oregonian. There were a lot of games this year where you guys started out really hot and then things kind of fizzled a little bit. This is a really good Virginia Tech defense. You guys started out well, but you didn't really fizzle. I'm asking Coach Graves here, what was the difference for you guys today? And did those experiences during the Big Ten season sort of prepare you to not falter like that in a game like this?
Yeah, that's a great question. At times
Actually, Coach, if you could just wait. I'm so sorry. If you could just have the players only have 2 more minutes to answer
Give him-
questions.
Well, he
Yeah, I'm
mentioned
so
my name.
sorry. Let's just
Give him
continue
a
with the
demerit,
players.
please.
Thank you. No problem.
I mean, that's what the Big Ten prepared us for. You know, I feel like the Big Ten is one of the best conferences in this country. So all those hard games, all those like lows, we learned from those lows, and that's why we were able to push through these 40 minutes. You know, staying high. You know, we wanted to be this great team, and in order to do that, we got to play all 40 minutes. So that was really key and intentional for us this game.
All right, one final question to this gentleman right here, please.
Yeah, Rob Mosley with Oregon again. Mia, you came here to play on this stage. Now you've experienced success on this stage. What were your emotions, knowing that you guys get to stay a couple more days and now you've got an NCAA tournament win on your resume?
Yeah, it's great to be not just only an NCAA tournament team, but a team that gets a win. So a lot of people can say they've been here, but not many can say they got a win. So that's really special. And yeah, it was something that I was working towards, and I'm so glad that I'm here and I'm being in the moment with it.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time today, and we'll see you tomorrow, and best of luck on Sunday. Thank you. All right, we'll turn to questions for Coach right now. So we'll start again, back room. There you go. The back of the room, sir.
Aaron Finches with the Oregonian. My last question for you, Coach.
Asked and answered.
Okay.
I forgot. I'm
Okay.
old. I'm old.
It was just the fact that there were a lot of games this season where you guys started out hot and then kind of fizzled a little bit. This time you guys didn't do that. Did those experiences help you, and did they exceed your expectations? Because you wondered how this young group might react to this environment.
Yeah, well, the more games you have like that, you know, you learn from them, right? When we always talk about, you know, we either win or we learn, right? And yeah, I just thought our intensity level was really good from start to finish. We didn't have the ups and downs, even though I know they outscored us in a couple of quarters. You know, I just thought we were pretty consistent tonight. We took care of the ball relatively well. I don't think we turned them over a whole lot. So it just wasn't one of those games where, you know, like you said, we've had some ups and downs. Maybe it's some maturity. You know, we can hold on to a lead and actually build on it. You know, so yeah, I was really pleased. It was a good effort. Their preparation, I know Katie talked about preparation. I thought our coaches did a great job. My staff is amazing, and they had our team prepared, and they really locked in for the last few days on this. And we probably watched more film on Virginia Tech than we've watched on anybody. You know, we spent a lot of time really focusing on this game.
Rob Mosley with Oregon. KG, you said yesterday Mia can be an X factor. How much of an X factor was she? But then also Amina and Sarah, the production you got out of them as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the bench. I thought our bench, particularly in the first half, was really strong for us. It's been that way for most of the year, but you know, we get different ones. And tonight it was the inside play. We really felt we had an advantage inside. A lot of the things we did after timeouts were geared toward getting it inside, and I thought our kids executed so well tonight on ATOs. I'm just really proud of them. They you know, did what we wanted to do. I thought defensively we were on point. You know, they have a couple great scores. I know Baker got loose there in the, you know, late in the second half, but, you know, the job we did on Wenzel And Nelson, I thought was just outstanding. And, I think that won the day, our defense. Offensively, we were okay, but defensively, I thought we were pretty darn good.
Danielle Lerner, USA Today. Defensively, as you just mentioned, you guys were able to deny them penetration for a lot of the time. And since Texas is also not a great three-point shooting team, will that be as kind of a similar point of emphasis defensively for you guys in that game?
I haven't turned my attention. I've watched some games, but not intently and purposeful, with Texas. I just, they're a 1 seed for a reason, right? They're going to be very good. But, yeah, they have some weaknesses. And, anytime you play somebody, you try to exploit those best you can. But I haven't really thought that far ahead. But I do know this. We better be able to defend on Sunday. Or we're in big trouble because they're obviously an outstanding team. And I've coached against Vic a lot of times. We've had some great battles. The two of us combined, I don't know, we've gotten a few technicals against each other a few times too. So it should be fun. And I apologize for assuming that it might be Texas. That was the question because they still have to play their game too. But we understand that could happen.
Mark Berman, the Roanoke Times. What did you see from your offense and defense that you liked during that 18-0 run there in the third quarter when you took control?
I thought our energy. I mean, we got some steals finally. We only turned them over 3 times the first half. And that's been one of our biggest strengths this year. Now, we didn't turn them over a ton the second half, but we did get some at the right time, and we were able to create a little bit and up the tempo kind of the way we wanted. And again, we were getting contributions from lots of people. So it wasn't really any one thing during that run. But, ultimately, anytime you have a run on anybody, it's the defense, right? It's the defense. And I just thought, again, that was on point tonight. Our rebounding was solid. Wasn't great, but it was solid tonight. So, yeah, I just thought it was pretty well-rounded, good, solid game that we played.
David Cunningham, Tech sideline. Kelly, you mentioned yesterday that Tech has so many different guards that you got to figure out whether to go under or whatnot. And they missed a lot of buckets around the rim. What did you like about kind of your interior defense when they tried to get downhill today? I
thought we loaded up pretty well. Yeah, they didn't get much easy. Even though they ended up with some fast break points, they weren't critical ones. I thought we did a good job when we needed to in fast break. But, yeah, I mean, we threw in a little bit more length tonight, and that always, I think, would help in that regard. But they're a good basketball team, you guys. Megan does a great job. I really enjoyed watching them. And this is a good win. We're going to enjoy it.
Before we go to the next question here in Austin, I just want to remind those that are joining us on Zoom, if you do have a question, please use the raised hand function at this time. We're in the final minutes to chat with Coach Graves right now. So if you do want to ask a question and you're on Zoom, use the raised hand function and you'll be called on momentarily. All right, back to Austin here.
Rob Mosley with Oregon. Ari hit a couple shots, but 7 rebounds from her. Sophia goes scoreless, but presumably if you have a great defensive effort, she's a key to that. What are some things maybe we might have missed that the two of them did to help key that effort?
Yeah, that's who Ari is. She's an underappreciated player, and sometimes even by her coach. She just does all the little things that it takes to win games, and everybody has to have someone like that. She just makes things happen, sometimes for the good and sometimes for the bad, but usually for the good. And I thought tonight, she just did a great job being that menace that she can be. And I'm glad that you recognized, her contributions because she is really important to what we do. Oh, and then Sophia, same way. She's more of a kind of a lockdown kid, but her length, she just gets hands on things. And I thought she was the primary defender on Carly Wenzel, and I thought she did a terrific job. Carly never, plus the foul trouble, I think, she never really got into a rhythm until it was kind of too late. But because she's an outstanding player, seriously. We recruited her, and so I followed her for a long time, and she shows up on my TikTok feed from time to time, too, because she's in my contacts. So I really pull for her. I think she's a heck of a player and had an amazing year for them. This is a good team, and they're going to come back stronger, I'm sure.
Just to follow up on that, what were you doing defensively to make it hard for their guards like Wenzel and Nelson to get shots?
Well, we could match her length. She's a long guard, and Sophia is too. So I think, and the one thing Sophia Bell is just she's one of those stick-to-it kind of kids. You say, we've got to take her out of the game. she's going to find a way to get it done. So I don't think she got a ton of really clean looks. And, there was usually that hand in there. And then, this is a big stage, and when then you start to press a little bit, and I thought that happened. Plus, she got in foul trouble and had to sit a good portion of the first half. And so I just don't think she ever really got in that rhythm that I've seen her be in, as well as you have.
We have time for one more question with Coach, if there are any. Coach, I don't see any right now,
you're
so
the best.
time to
Thank you.
return back to your team.
Okay.
Congratulations again, and we'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you. Folks, we'll
Thanks,
be
you
joined
guys.
we'll be joined in a few minutes by Virginia Tech.
Unfortunately, you got to see me another day.
We have a change.